Hi, I'm Annabelle, and today we're going to be making some pan dulce. I have my surface floured, and I'm ready to get started. Okay, so we're going to start off by dumping 4 cups of flour onto your counter. You can also do this in a bowl, but I'm going to be using my countertop today. So I'm going to now mix in 1 tablespoon of yeast, and I'm also going to mix in 3/4 cup of sugar. You can mix together your dry ingredients real quick. I am going to go and microwave 1 stick of butter, or 8 tablespoons, for 25 to 30 seconds, just until it's melted. I am back with our melted butter, and in my flour, sugar, and yeast mixture, I have made a well in the middle so that I'm able to pour all my wet ingredients in there without them falling out. I do have 1 dry ingredient left. So in this is 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of salt. So now I'm going to go heat up my evaporated milk for 45 seconds. While my evaporated milk is in there, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 egg, 1 large room temperature egg. I'm going to add my butter. One tablespoon of vanilla extract. And finally, my cinnamon and salt mixture. Okay, so I have our well with all the ingredients in except the evaporated milk. So I'm going to start kneading that away from me. Kneading away from you will help everything not fall off the counter. I've completely kneaded my dough, and it's time to let the dough rise. So we're going to need to let the dough rise for 2 hours or until it doubles in size. So let me show you how we're going to do that. So you're going to take some soft butter and butter your bowl. I'm using this glass bowl. You can use any bowl that you have. So you're going to butter this, but I've buttered my bowl. I am also going to take some more butter to butter the dough itself. Cut it in this little ball here. And lather it in butter. Once it's lathered in butter, you can go ahead and put it in the dish. I've wrapped up my dough, so now I'm going to go let this rise for 2 hours or until it's doubled in size. Now it's time to make the topping. So I'm going to make chocolate and vanilla. So first I'm starting off with the vanilla. I added 7 tablespoons of butter, softened, and then I'm just going to mush it down. Now I have it all mushed down in the bowl. I'm going to add 3/4 cup of flour, 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to mix it with the fork until it is a paste. Now that I've mixed it around with the fork a little bit, we're going to transfer it to the counter and we can begin kneading it. Knead together this topping until it's soft but not too soft. You should be able to roll it into a ball and flatten it, no problem. Now that we've made our vanilla topping, I'm going to start on the chocolate topping. So we're going to use 7 tablespoons of butter, and once again we can mash that down. Once you've mashed down your butter, I'm going to add in my half a cup of powdered sugar, 3/4 cup of flour, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Then you can mix that all together. Now that we've mixed together our chocolate topping, we're going to go ahead and put it on the counter. I now have both of my toppings in saran wrap, so I'm going to let these chill in the fridge, and then I can take them out and use them whenever my dough is ready. So my dough has risen, but just before we put that on the baking sheet, we're going to have to butter our baking sheet. So I've got some very soft butter, and I'm just going to rub this all over the baking sheet. Now I've buttered my pan, it's time to get my dough out. Here's everything that we're going to need to assemble these. So first I'm going to unwrap our dough and take it out. You need to knead a little bit of the air out of there, but not too much. Okay, now we're going to start shaping them onto our pan. For a normal size concha, I would suggest making about 9 per batch, but because today I will be making little ones, I'll be making 12. I divided my dough into 12 balls, and now it's time to butter the top of them so that the topping will stick on them. Now that I've buttered my balls of dough, I'm going to take the topping and flatten it out. You can flatten it out with a rolling pin on your counter or just with your hands like I'm doing. And then you can put the topping on top of your buttered ball of dough. I've put the topping on all of my conchas, and now I'm going to cut designs. You can do any designs you want, but I'm going to do a classic shell. I cut designs on my conchas, and now they're wrapped up to rest for 45 minutes. It's been 45 minutes, so I unwrapped my conchas and I'm going to put them in the oven at 325 for 18 to 20 minutes. It's been about 18 minutes, so I'm going to take my conchas out of the oven. And that is how you make a delicious homemade concha.